night.
Good evening. Welcome to Game Night. It is week 5 of the high school football season. A lot of teams taking the weekend off before hitting the stretch run, but we've got some good ones. We start out in Cedar Park. Brian Sanders out there. Brian, no surprise, Cedar Park undefeated. Vista Ridge, though, that's a different story with this team.
Roger, let me start by saying, considering the stakes in the atmosphere, this has to be one of the best games we've seen so far this season. No one expected Vista Ridge to come into this 5-0, but they proved everyone wrong. Tonight, by far their toughest test against their crosstown rival Cedar Park, who has been steamrolling opponents this year, setting up the battle of unbeatens at Gupton Stadium. Packed house on both sides. Vista Ridge fired up, had a little trouble getting through the breakthrough sign, but they were no pushover. Cedar Park did get on the board first. Zach Horn, the touchdown, but the Rangers have a guy by the name of Chris Scholes, and he can do it all. Timberwolves couldn't do much to stop him. Breakaway speed up the middle and then out of the backfield as a receiver, and you get him in the open field and he is lethal. He's shifty, stutter steps, cuts back inside, even has time to check the rearview mirror. Tied at 21. Timberwolves did get back on the board before half. Brian Hogan, dual threat quarterback, kind of wrestled down, thrown into the end zone, a little shaken up, but Cedar Park took the lead. Vista Ridge has since taken the lead back. It's 35-28 late in the fourth quarter. We'll update you again here in just a second. Let's take you over to Bible Stadium. The Rouse Raiders in their first year of varsity homecoming, inviting in Marble Falls from the Hill Country. And how about Rouse throwing the first punch? Ty Gaddison reaching across the goal line for the score, but the Mustangs had too much muscle, too much firepower. Zed Werner airing it out to David Morgan, wraps around the defenders. He marches into the end zone, and then they go with the power play. Austin Sparks getting the call and plowing ahead. Marble Falls too much for Rouse tonight. 49-21 the final there, but by far the game of the night right back here at Gupton Stadium. Again, 35-28. Vista Ridge in front certainly would be a shocking defeat for Cedar Park. Another team with their eye on this one has to be Lake Travis in their bye week, all in the same district. Roger.
All right, thanks a lot, Brian. Maybe we'll get a final by the end of the show. Quite a cluster of stadiums and great football up there. 16-5A. We go down the road to the Reeves Athletic Complex. That's where Stony Point plays their home games, trying to get to 6-0 and 2-0 in District 16-5A. Taking on McNeil and Stony Point. They have got so many weapons on offense. They have the dual quarterbacks in Gus Rivera and Aaron Sharp, and they have some great backs to give it to. That is Sam Kelly. Kelly just a little inside handoff, and then speed kills, and Kelly goes the distance. It's 20-8, Stony Point over McNeil, and then more Stony Point. This time, same combination. Touchdown Stony Point. They roll 37-8. They go to Georgetown next week. Hey, Layla Rahimi's got Georgetown and Round Rock tonight in our .com game of the week. The band, they're being nice, Layla. They're walking but not playing, so you can hear me.
Yeah, that's right, Roger. The Round Rock Band is getting ready for their performance after the game because it's homecoming tonight here at Round Rock. Playing host to a Georgetown team looking for its first win in district play. Round Rock coming off a 4-overtime win over McNeil last week to get into tonight's game of the week. Cheerleaders welcoming us to Dragon Stadium tonight, but it's Georgetown who would strike first. Second quarter, first play for the Eagles after a fourth down stop. Darius Davis for Georgetown runs away 89 yards down the left side. 9-0 Eagles after they miss the extra. More razzle-dazzle from Georgetown. Fourth down this time, and they fake out of punt formation. Nick Siosin hits Ryan Lewis to keep the drive alive. And that would set up a Georgetown field goal, and the Eagles take a 12-0 lead. But the Rock scores before the half. San Vaughn finds Aaron Manikundalam for the 10-yard touchdown pass. That would cut the deficit to 12-7. But it is Georgetown who survives in this game, 22-14, the final. Round Rock, however, driving and had a chance to tie the game, but Georgetown gets a huge stop on 4th and goal as Round Rock is at their 5-yard line in order to come away with their first district win in 16-5A. Roger, back to you.
All right, thanks, Layla. Band tuning up out at Dragon Stadium. All right, let's go back to 4A District 16. Hutto and their 5-0 record hosting Manor and their 4-1 record. Manor won just 2 games all of last year. Hutto, they've already equaled their win total from last year, but the Hippos are not just winning. They are ripping through defenses. No different tonight. That Xavier win taking it to the house, and just like that, Hutto with a quick lead, a lead that they would just continue to build on. Win, breaking tackles down to the 4, and then he would score again. Xavier win with the toss sweep, and they win it 41-0. Hutto goes to 6-0. 16-4A in basketball. Bears homecoming taking on Bryan Rudder. Bastrop 3-1. Bryan at 4-1, but 0-1 in district play. Mark Jackson the score for Bastrop, 7-0. It wasn't until the second they scored. Kyle Danford ties it up, and then a crucial mistake for Bastrop. Their excellent quarterback Josiah Monroe rolling, and watch the back end of the play. Monroe's pass is incomplete, but you'll see a flag come up, and that will cost Bastrop dearly because Monroe is ejected from the game. And right now Bastrop trying to mount a comeback, but they trail it 27-21 in the 4th without their star quarterback. District 27-4A, that's how they roll down in San Antonio. The Mules from Alamo Heights, it's homecoming, taking on the Hayes Rebels. Both team with a district win coming in, and that's Caleb Kimbrough on 4th down to Torrance Smith, and Hayes has a 7-6 lead, but then Stephen Elder to Zach Richter, 13-7 at the time. Alamo Heights rolls 35-17 is the final. Let's come back to Austin for District 26-4A. Lanier and Reagan. The Reagan Raiders trying to win for the first time in 18 games, going back to 2 years ago. Lanier, Kalen Britton keeping it himself into the end zone, and they score on their first series. But Reagan comes right back. They have an outstanding quarterback in Jacarius Daniels. Daniels shedding tackles and then showing the size and the speed. He's 6'6", 220 pounds, and this is a wild one at Nelson Field. Lanier leading this one in the 4th. 41-35 is your score. We will have Reagan and Travis on our KBVO big game of the week coming up on Thursday night. When we come back, speaking of big games, it's